Real music. What is it? Real music to me is a strange term because music is so broad and has been always defined by its maker, and furthermore it's always growing. And I think the baffling part of real music is that it's used to discredit this growth instead of encourage it. This is such an incredible medium with so much potential to keep on growing and outreaching itself. There's so many styles and methods within which you can make art, and yet whenever you hear the term real music, it's always had negative connotations. Because to a lot of people, real music can only be stuff like this. Stuff like this.
Oh mamma mia, let me go.
Or stuff like this.
Want you to make me feel like I'm the only girl in the world.
To a lot of people, real music is either classical, retro masterpieces, or populist stuff of today. Or more accurately, 2000s, early 2010s populist. It's strange to me, this is a medium with so much potential and people want it to stay in one of three places at all times. And every time the paradigm does shift, people want it to be exactly like that instead of encouraging more creativity. Capitalism.
Hey, you real piss baby, you think you're so fucking cool, huh?
As a result of this, the term real music is often used against artists who are being more experimental or out there with their music. It's been used to devalue artists like 100 Gags or Death Grips or Caro Bonito over the years. They're all being discredited just because of how they're creating art, or being too simple or too abrasive or not fitting exactly what people want nowadays. And that brings us to 2021, where the hits sound like this.
Then I like to keep you up, so maybe I'ma keep you up, fine.
Save your tears for another day.
I'm not your friend, or anything, damn.
And as of now, a recent new release is being lambasted for not being real music. So let's see what's deviating from the current sound, shall we?
This ain't build a bitch. You don't get to pick and choose. Different ass and bigger boobs. If my eyes are bright or blue.
Okay, is it just me or is this just a regular ass pop song? This is Build-A-Bitch, the debut single from TikToker Bella Poarch. Great song, I like it, quite a lot. We're not here to talk about my opinions on the song though. Since its release, it has been labeled as not real music for a variety of reasons, all of which are stupid. The real music discussion has always been absolutely atrocious in my opinion, but at least it was consistent with the kinds of songs it targeted. This is a regular pop song. I mean, yeah, it's a really great regular pop song, but that does not change the fact that there is nothing outstandingly different about this. Again, even excluding my own opinion on the song itself, this isn't really anything all that new. It wears its influences on its sleeve, and it's not really all that innovative. But hey ho, it's not real music apparently, so let's figure out why. Bella Poarch is an internet celebrity most known for her videos on TikTok. Bella is using her rise on TikTok to launch her own musical career, which isn't exactly a new decision, but it's one of the ones garnering the most criticism for her. Songs by internet stars have a history for not being that well liked. Some other good examples of TikTokers who've created musical careers have been Dixie D'Amelio and Addison Rae, who for the record I think are both talented and I don't really hate any of their music for the most part, even if it is definitely flawed. Both got dunked on, Dixie for her pronunciations of certain words and some of her weaker lyrics, and Addison for making a very basic amateur kind of song, which, to be fair...
So I took a second, and I said me too. I'm obsessed with me as much as you.
I mean, again, I think the song's fine, and to her credit, it's her first song, but they're not wrong. Still though, Addison and Dixie got a lot of criticisms, and still do, as they're both still releasing music, but at no point has their music ever been invalidated as real music. That's never been a comparison with them. I mean, yeah, someone's probably said it because they're an idiot, but at the same time, it's not been on the scale that Bella Poarch has seen. And even past that, internet celebrities making the jump into stardom is nothing new.
Wonder what it's like to be loved.
And hell, shift to YouTubers for a second, even Gabby Hanna has not been getting the real music criticisms as much as Bella Poarch is. And not only has Gabby been getting scorched by the internet for her music and a lot of other stuff for over a year now, she's also just actively like a terrible person. Oh wait, that reminds me. I already mentioned that Bella Poarch is most known for being an internet celebrity, but she might also be known for being a war criminal. Yep, Bella Poarch served in the military, and she did some bad things apparently. I don't know that much about the whole situation, to be honest. I know a few things though. Bella Poarch haters are arguing that she is a bloodthirsty killer, and Bella Poarch stans are arguing that apparently she actually joined the military to escape her abusive parents. I do not know which one is true. I am not Bella Poarch, and I can only go off of what she says. And if the latter is true, then Bella Poarch is kind of a victim of the military system that often targets young people to try and enlist them. But no pop stars have ever glorified or endorsed or promoted the military or been in the military ever. That's impossible. Adam Driver was in the military. Bob Ross was in the military. You know the MCU, the biggest film universe ever? Guess what that endorses? As Bella literally says in this song,
You don't get to pick and choose.
Bella Poarch has also been considered problematic for having some kid-style videos whilst also being 24. I guess not acting like a 24-year-old is a cancelable offense now. I mean, it's not like it's her entire career, it's just in some videos. I mean, imagine how the internet would react if that was someone's entire career. Oh yeah, Melanie Martinez has been doing this for years and nobody seems to care anymore. Remember how one person accused her of rape and a second person accused her of sexual coercion? Is that not worse than what Bella's doing? Moving on though, there are plenty of problematic people currently having hits, and they're still deemed real musicians. It seems like people gave up on the Chris Brown 6ix9ine cancel train a very, very long time ago. Dr. Luke produced hit songs are not hard to come by. I mean, come on, take a wild guess which stan base is pushing the build a bitch is not real music narrative the hardest.
I'm on the run with you, my sweet love, there's nothing wrong, contemplating God.
I mean, yeah, if the real music argument here is because Bella Poarch is problematic, Lana stans do not get a voice in that conversation. But I guess this begs the question, where do we draw the line? For a lot of people, the line is that you can separate the art from the artist if the art is good. And that brings us to the next level of, I don't like it, therefore it's not art, aka the dumbest one. Do I think that Build a Bitch is a perfect song? No. I think there are some lyrics that could use some work, but as soon as you find out that the person behind Mad at Disney worked on this writing-wise, it becomes so much clearer. But hey, even if I love it, that doesn't mean everyone else has to. In fact, I know quite a few people who don't love this song. Does that make it any less valid as a piece of music? Of course not, are you dumb? There are a lot of songs I have thrashed on this channel, but there is not a single one I would ever say was not real music. It's the line between objectivity and subjectivity. Subjectivity exists in music in that it's your opinion, and you can have any feeling you want, it is all yours. Whereas objectivity is right and wrong, true and false, which does not exist in music criticism or opinion really, at all. And as for the real music argument, objectivity is entirely down to the people behind the music itself, and no one else. As a musician myself, seeing the real music argument used so much is just really infuriating. Like, there are so many conversations we could be having about this art form, and the one that is constantly chosen is this. This is a term that's been used to not only devalue artists and their work, but entire genre. Wait a minute. What do Caro Caro Bonito, Def Grips, 100 Gex, all K-pop, and a lot of rap have in common with Bella Poarch? If you said it's not cishet white, congratulations, you have noticed the pattern here. Now of course, I'm not saying that all of this art by people of color and people from the LGBTQ+ community is being devalued just because of that, but I am saying it's a nifty coincidence. This is merely an observation that I do not feel like backing up for a whole video. But it's an interesting thought because every single time I see this real music devaluation thing happen, the positive example is always by a white cishet artist. Okay, now you can go to the conclusion. As a musician myself, seeing the real music argument used so much is just really infuriating. Like, there are so many conversations we could be having about this art form, and the one that is constantly chosen is this. There are so many great songs coming out in so many different genres, and I really hate seeing them ignored because some people deem them as lesser. So the answer to that question, what is real music? Real music is defined by its makers and no one else. In fact, the answer to your question is directly in the question. Real music is music.
I keep coming with the same old, trying to get the same old, falling for the same old boys.
Well, that's the end of this video. Like, share, subscribe, check out my music available on all streaming services. I'm bad at outros, and I'll see you in whatever I do next.